This is a video about why every modern coffee roastery should have a destoner. Way back in April 2022, I committed to purchasing this Loring S15 Falcon. Now, we were in the middle of the COVID period and it took a bloody age for the thing to get delivered to me. It wasn't until December 23 that this thing actually landed. But as part of the purchase, I spent at that point $14,900 on a destoner. And I was debating with myself at that point, should I purchase one? But this video will describe exactly why I think it was great value. And if you're a modern coffee roastery or planning to be one in 2024 or beyond, you should purchase a destoner with your roasting apparatus. So how does a destoner work? Well, what I'll do now is I'll just walk you through exactly what these bits are, how they work, and where the benefit comes in. This is the cooling tray into which the roasted coffee beans drop into once the roast cycle ends. After a period of about 2 minutes where the beans cool, what happens is that we use this agitator to push the beans into the destoner. So what happens? We open this slide gate here. The beans then will fall into this auger. What happens then is we've got a fan that will be lifting, there's a bunch of air that goes up, will be lifting beans up through this chute. And the heavy materials will get trapped in this little tray here. So heavy materials being foreign objects, stones, twigs, other things that shouldn't be in specialty coffee, but sometimes are. So the beans then will travel up, they'll be lifted by airflow up the chute here into this auger. And this auger will collect all the roasted coffee. Now this is a destoner that works for both the S15 and the S35. So you should be able to hold something around 30 to 35 kilos of roasted product in there. Now I don't, because it is a 15 kilo roaster. Once the beans have been lifted, they'll sit in this auger ready to be ejected into my grey tubs. And in the grey tubs, we'll keep all of the roasted product ready to be packed. I will also weigh all the coffee as well to make sure that it hits our quality points. And every roaster should be measuring the green coffee weight and the roasted coffee weight and the difference between, because that shows you how successful your roaster's been. This is what it looks like from the inside. So that's where the beans come out. That's the lifted exit. So the beans will then flow into this auger. And that's the exit hole down there. There are a couple of sight glasses so that you can see if you've got product in. There's been a couple of times whilst I've been roasting whereby you almost forget that you've got product in here, because generally with this piece of apparatus you have to wear ear defenders, and sometimes you can't hear this even though it's super loud. This device here, this is an air exit from the lift mechanism, and this is basically what it looks like from above. So that's a brief description of the function of a destoner, but let's now have a look at the result of a destoner. Now this is the result of 5 months worth of collecting stones from the destoner. There are quite a few examples there. If I hadn't purchased the destoner back in April 22, the stones that you saw in the previous clip would have gone through to some of our customers' grinders. Now, there could have been some serious problems there. A few of those stones were concrete based, so they would have been pulverized by the grinder. But again, those things will have traveled through to people's beverages. Now, $14,900 is a lot of money to be spending on a piece of stainless steel that essentially just lifts stuff from one bit to the next. However, you saw good value in that, and this is only 5 months worth of using the item. I can imagine over a period of time that those stones, or the eradication of those stones, will be exponential and compounding. And even though I buy great quality green coffees, so that's from really credible green importers and really credible growers, there's always going to be some instances when little bits of stuff get through the system. Specialty grade coffee should not have any of these things in, but life is real and these things do happen. It doesn't detract from the quality of the cup profile, but absolutely should be eradicated from your process within your factory. So there's a brief video about why you should, if you're considering opening or expanding your coffee roastery, your modern coffee roastery in 2024 or beyond, you should purchase a destoner. Cheers.